Hello, how are you guys doing? I'm going to fly one of my little micro quads, a mini quad I've got that I've had for a while. It's a Furibee F36, and I only paid $12 for this from GearBest, and I really like it. It's not very big. It's kind of, everybody that's ever seen one of the Horizon Hobby Inductrix little micro drones, this is like a kind of their version of that drone. And this is a really good little flyer. I had an Eachines version of this, and it was really underpowered. This is super for the price. Let me put the battery in this, and I'll show you how you get it armed and set up. The battery goes right here on the bottom, and that's where the battery plugs in. Once you have the quadcopter plugged into the battery, the front of it has a red LED light, and it's flashing right now because it's not bound up to the controller, and the back has a blue LED light. And then when you turn on the remote, which is this button here, and then you raise, well, I didn't have to raise and lower the throttle stick. On some of these little micro quads you have to do that to get it to arm. On this I just had to power it up. These buttons are the forward and backward trim button, and these are the left and right trim button. If you push down on this, that'll make it flip. After you push it, you just push in the direction you want it to do a flip. And if you want it to go into headless mode, which I don't use, you push down on this button, and then this thing flies in headless mode, but I don't recommend anybody fly in headless mode. This over here controls your low and your high rate. I always fly it in high rates. And that 2 beeps means it's in high rates. Okay, so we're ready to give it a little test flight. I had some different lights, and it was brighter in here, and it was causing a problem on my video earlier, but there on my computer monitor is the exact same drone that I'm going to be flying here for you. And again, it's from GearBest, and this is great for indoors. It's awesome. It flies really smooth, and if you want to get into the hobby, this is one of the easiest quads to fly, and it's really good for the money. For starters, it's got a really good yaw rate. Most of these don't yaw nearly that fast. And it flips really well. And it recovers from the flips really well too, and it's very connected. Not sure if this battery is fully charged that I'm flying with. Usually it flips a little bit better. It's still not bad. If you'd seen the Eachines version of this, you'd realize it's much, much better. The Eachines version is terribly underpowered. This one actually makes a really good tiny whoop. And what a tiny whoop is you can put a little camera on it, and you can fly it with goggles on, so you can use it for FPV. Love this quad for indoor flying. They're not very good for outside. That's not what they're made for. They're made for buzzing around your living room or buzzing around your rooms in your living room and your basement. But they fly great. They're very manageable. I'll put it on low rates so you can see what it flies like in low rates. I'll land it. And I'll put it in low rates, and I'll show you why I don't like low rates. Now here's low rates. Now watch me take off. Remember how it was spinning really fast in high rates? Look how slow that is in low rates. Now that's not bad for a beginner, but it's not, once you get to flying more, you'll realize that you don't like that as much. It's just, it's a little too docile. You don't have the control. But it will make it a little tamer if it, spinning so fast and yawing so fast intimidates you. But I really enjoy it when it's in high rates better. You listen for the high rates and take it off. And in high rates, watch this thing funnel. I can get this thing to really funnel good. Look at those funnels, really nice. This thing's very stable. When the battery gets too low for it to fly, it'll blink. It don't give you long to land it, so sometimes when the battery's going low, you don't have much time to get it down on the ground, but it doesn't weigh much. If it drops out of the air and here on the carpet, it's not going to hurt anything, because it only weighs a little bit. Still, it's very durable for what it is. Flies on a little 150 milliamp hour battery. I also have a different quad that has pretty much the same setup as this, but it's got the FPV stuff in it, and it has a 200 milliamp hour battery. Isn't that awesome? Look how smooth that is. GearBest has a definite winner with this. Took a little while to get it. I had to order it from China, and I think, oh, it's flashing. It's telling me it's wanting to land. Okay, see that flashing? When it starts flashing like that, that means the battery is low, and you have about 30 seconds to land it. But, I just wanted to give you my thoughts on the F36 Furibee, and it's so much fun, and especially if you're just starting out. And for $12, you just really can't go wrong.